Hello for kids, this is day 41 of me playing chess every day until I reach the rapid rating of 2500. So here we go. We have the game, we are playing against a FIDE master. Wow, we have the white pieces, e4, and what will my federated opponent play? c5 and now c3, okay. This is the first time I am playing against a titled player on Rapid, in Rapid Chess Online. Now e5 is the best move, knight d5, d4 takes and knight to f3. You cannot take because your knight is of course hanging here. So knight to c6 is the best move. Now I take the d4 pawn and d4 or e6 must be played. So d6 it is. And I'm playing quickly because I'm familiar with this theory. If I remember correctly, you castle here. This shouldn't be too bad for me. Bishop e7. And now I believe you play the move queen to e2 in this position. Queen e2, rook d1 and knight to c3 is my plan. And this queen on e2 is also safeguarding this e5 pawn. And now should we play knight to c3? Probably we should, yes. Attacking the knight. When knight c3 or knight b6 will be played, then I will just drop my bishop back to d3. Takes, excuse me, and that should be fine after knight to c3. If takes and d5 happens, fine, I will go to d3, maybe put some pressure here on this h7 pawn. I am playing quickly though, but I have everything under control, and he's kinda lower rated than me, which is great, knowing that he does not have as high rating as I do, but maybe he's just not playing as much. So bishop d3, maybe knight b4 is a move here. But in some moment I can even play bishop to b1, a3, maybe queen d3, put pressure on this h7 pawn. Okay, d5 is played. Now I really want to stop any ideas with knight b4 here. So probably just a3. I guess a3 is good enough, yes, here. And yes, I will suddenly start spending a lot more time. And I think knight b4 was a real threat. And I have this c4 square under control. So a3 weakening up the b3 square doesn't mean a whole much of a threat. Knight a5, perhaps a move. And then we'll start to think on our own. Knight a5, maybe something like bishop f4, maybe even something like h4. Gambiting this pawn, you cannot really take it though. I mean, perhaps you can, we will see. My opponent spending some time here, which is of course smart. We are entering the very important middle game now. So knight a5 with an idea to play queen c7 and put your knight here can be met with quick b3. And h6 played, which can be exploited, I believe. Bishop c2, queen d3. You cannot play g6 because of bishop takes on h6. I don't really understand this move because I can play bishop c2 or bishop to b1. I guess bishop c2. How will you react? You can play f5 takes, bishop takes. But even after queen here, I'm still threatening something here, so bishop c2, even if nothing happens, bishop c2 is just an okay move, I guess. Or should I play this one slowly? Bishop c2, f5, en passant. Let's say rook takes now, queen here. I'm still threatening this checkmate. I mean, it's not mate, I guess. But bishop c2 just looks correct. Knight here, queen here, and g6 takes. And then I'm getting a lot amount of counterplay here. So bishop c2, let's go for checkmate on this diagonal. And we will see how my opponent will react to this. I am thinking that he's not moving right away, so he probably wasn't expecting the move bishop to c2. But I understand the move h6, you are trying to prevent anything to come to g5, and maybe h4 was something to look after for black. So I understand h6, but it is a simply weakening move because now you cannot play g6 anymore. I mean, it drops a pawn here. So bishop d7, clearly he doesn't see my point. No, just queen d3, right? He's probably... What can you play? f5 takes, but I give this check, so yes, queen d3. I mean, g6 probably just loses. Because of takes, rook c1, b4. I don't know. And he's not moving instantly, so... I mean, I'm playing against a FIDE master, so... But probably he is just out of some practice, though. But now this is a checkmate threat. I'm sure he sees it, but... f5 takes, but then I give this check. Oh, but then I take on h6. Rook here perhaps is working, so that's something I need to calculate. f5 takes, bishop takes. Let's say the bishop is here. He plays it. So takes, bishop takes, queen here, here. Takes, here. I have check, and I save my bishop. I will take it. Pawn takes just loses on the spot, so that's not doable. If rook takes, I mean just here. I guess this is okay, rook takes. But at some moment I can even sack the bishop. Knight check. Here. Let's calculate. Check here. I guess he goes here, yes. I go here, here. Then I have nothing. But this pawn is always defended. What about bishop g5? Here, check. Here, here, here is checkmate. Bishop g5. Rook takes. No, I have check and then just here. Should be okay. Bishop g5. Rook somewhere. I mean, you cannot move your rook really. Because this is just checkmate. So bishop g5, if pawn takes, I will have check here, checkmate. So I'm just calculating some other stuff that my opponent can play. For example, there is rook f5. So is it better to just play here? Oh, I can give check first and then I play bishop g5? Yes, I give check. And then I play bishop g5. Threatening checkmate here. Somehow, I'm not sure. Oh, he goes to... He goes here. No, this doesn't work. Here I take, he takes, I take. Maybe give this check. Bishop g5 just threatens here. King, I guess, goes here. I mean, after here, this is checkmate. So, bishop g5, pawn takes, knight takes, king f8, check. Here is checkmate because the knight defends the square. So, bishop g5. Here, it's something I need to calculate now. There is bishop here and checkmate. So, yeah, just bishop g5. And you resign probably. Or maybe there is something I'm missing. I mean, you cannot play queen to g8 because I take with check, and then I take the rook, and I should be able to win that position quite easily actually. Just put my rooks in the center, knight e5, maybe f4, g3. Nothing special. If pawn takes is checkmate in 2 moves. If rook here, then is checkmate in 2 moves as well. So queen g8 might be the only move in the position not to lose the game. But I mean, rook takes, there is rook f5, perhaps, I saw it. But simply bishop takes here, and then bishop takes here, which also loses material. So maybe then rook e1. I mean, you lose an exchange at least. You cannot take the bishop. And you can play rook f5, but that's like the only option for you here. And then it pretty much ends right here. And I think that's a pretty tactical game so far. I'm pretty happy with it. And yes, probably my opponent missed this bishop c2 and queen d3 idea when playing h6. I think h6 was already a big mistake. And taking with the rook might be a mistake as well. Because you simply don't defend the g5 square anymore, which is a huge liability for you. This g5 square, if you would be defending it, it would be a very good thing to do. And now that you don't, you are simply losing probably. And we must not forget I'm playing against a FIDE master. And I guess you can play anything, like rook b8, there is no checkmate. Because, I mean, I simply take the rook. I guess that I have something. Perhaps. But I guess rook f5 is the best option you have. Oh, and I'm taking with the knight and then recapturing with the knight. But then g4. You play a6. Fine as well. I take the rook. I don't care too much. Maybe there was check. No, there wasn't. How to play this one now? The pawn is under attack. I wanna bring my queen out. Maybe something like here. And then something like rook a to d1. I'm kinda concerned about knight to c4 now. Although, I mean, this king is very weak here, so let's give check, which cannot be wrong. Then I might just play knight e5. Threatening mate on f7. If king is 7, then I don't think that's kinda option. Perhaps. But I mean, knight c4 and probably loses after rook e1 and just takes. It is pinned this pawn. So knight c4 maybe not as big threat as I think it is. So rook e1 takes, bishop takes. And simply rook d1 takes. You are up a pawn at that moment, but this is hanging. Rook e1 threatens nothing at the moment. I guess it threatens knight e5. Knight e5, knight takes. Check here. If there is something that wins the game and I'm missing it, that's not good. I mean, knight takes. So rook e1 should be the best move and the most easy move to play. If you take with the bishop, I mean that just game over. So rook e1. If you play knight c4, I pick up the pawn. You cannot move this knight. If you play takes, I play rook to d1. And if you just move bishop back to f6, then simply d5 is hanging because I attack it with 2 pieces. And this is simply pinned. This pawn is simply pinned, and I think we should be pretty much winning easily. And he plays king to d6. I mean, wow. King to d6. This is wild stuff here. What about check? Firstly, you just need to go back, which is kind of awkward. And when you go back, well, then I play something like rook d1 and I gain a few tempi here. So just let me just calculate here. There is no e5. If takes, then take, then take, then take, then takes, I win the game. So check now. You cannot go to c7. Why? Because I'm controlling the diagonal. Wow. These squares are blocked. You have to play back. Here back. And okay, you play that. Fantastic. I mean, maybe just here. Well, we should calculate knight takes pawn. Which... So maybe why not start with rook d1 and then play knight e5? We have all the time in the world. I cannot take, right? I could play bishop b3. But then simply king f7 and I don't achieve anything. I mean, I do, but... Rook d1, just patiently building up some pressure. I have an exchange up. His king is in the center. My queen is looking insanely good placed here. I have also something like this. I will play knight e5 next move, probably. I mean, you have zero counterplay. Knight c4 cannot be played because simply knight takes on d5 is check. And this pawn is simply pinned here. So rook c8, kinda trying to do something. I can even go here. If bishop g5, h4, this king should get mated. So knight here. I mean, I'm threatening maybe to take. Maybe I'm just threatening to take this one. Maybe I'm just threatening to play knight g6. Maybe h4, h5. We will see. We have maybe even knight g4, yes. Maybe even knight g4 you cannot take here. Wow, I take back with the rook. And we must not forget, I'm playing against a FIDE master. And I mean, this is first titled player on our journey to achieving 2500 rating on chess.com. And I definitely think it's not the last one. So, knight g6 check, maybe knight takes on d7, knight g4 maybe queen g6 a threat, maybe f4 f5 a threat. So queen here was played, which the square is queen g8. Excuse me, I was just... So perhaps we can... I mean, his idea is to go here. I understand this. But if we take, we'll take back with the king. And then maybe check, he will go back. I mean, I have an amazing position, but I don't think there is a way to win it in few moves. That means in like 10 moves. So maybe I can take. King takes is the only move. And what then? I mean, everything looks perfectly fine, so why not the f4? It weakens this diagonal. And f4 stopping g5. I mean, it's not really stopping it, but who would like to play g5 anyway? I can play check and then take. So f4, if g5, f5. If pawn takes, I mean, just takes, and there is check. So f4, let's go. I need to take something into consideration, of course. That is my clock. There is something going on. I only have 9 minutes left, but we are both getting 10 seconds per each move. That means that I won't lose on time. I mean, I will try not to lose on time. So yes, my next threat is f5 takes, bishop takes, maybe just takes firstly, and then f5 is almost certainly better. And bishop takes knight. Well, now I can take... I almost wanna take with the rook actually, which is kind of funny. Knight c4 still doesn't work. I take here. Then king d6 happens. king d6. So takes knight c4. Check here f4. If rook takes, queen takes is. Oh wait, there is a knight here. Oh my goodness. I would almost blunder my rook. Lol. I will take with the f pawn, right? No, I will take with the f pawn, of course. Building up some attack on the f file as well. I have these weakened light squares here to enter the position. I have also this check available, which should be just checkmate next move. I mean g5 I can take here. So queen here, here, and this is simply checkmate if I mean that is queen f7, but it should be checkmate. So this is a giant threat. g5 would be necessary then, but then I simply snap the pawn. You go there, which is a correct decision. Okay, you wanna go here. I will go now rook f1, queen g6, and something will happen. This is now the process, the way to go. So queen g6, perhaps a move. This pawn needs to be defended properly. Knight c4. I don't think it's a big threat. I mean, it is attacking the pawn, but then I can even go here to defend the pawn, and then go here to attack this one and the king, and maybe we will see. So knight to e7 played, trying to control this g6 square, which is kind of logical. I must say it is kind of logical, but I can still go here, which is still much better for me, winning this pawn then. So queen f3 now, going here or maybe here, or I mean here should win the game. I'm attacking the knight. If queen here I can take it and then play something like rook f7, and this should be just GG in 3 moves. So I'm really happy with my play. I'm playing quickly. We both have only 8 minutes left, which is still a lot of time. Now king c7 kinda looks quite dangerous. I mean, there is nothing there perhaps, but I mean c file is open. But I want my rook to be on d1 defending d4. Maybe rook c1 was a move as well, but I mean, just look at this. If we trade off a pair of rooks, then my win should be just easier to achieve. I'm not saying it is easy, not at all. So knight c4, great move by my opponent probably. What can I say? Probably check on f8, queen takes, rook takes. Oh, perhaps we will go king to c7 then. Queen f7. I mean, I wanna play knight a4. Then bishop a4. Knight takes. Should just win. Somehow. I have some difficulties defending this pawn, which is quite bad. So how to do this? How to do this? Knight takes doesn't work at all. So there is knight a4, bishop takes, knight b2. Then the d7 square is free up. So here, if you go here, I just pick up this one. So I can even go just here and no, knight a4 looks just okay, but b5 is something that worries me now. Knight here takes. I mean, just check and trade, and a6 falls, so knight a4. I'm expecting bishop takes, knight b2, but I don't think it actually works. I mean, I guess everything is losing here, but I am kind of forked there. But I have rook c1 check at some moment, so I should just be much better. I have only 6 minutes and a half left though. I know I'm constantly speaking about time, but I think it is really important to have enough time. Maybe there is knight takes on b2 anyway. And then rook takes on c2. I wasn't calculating in this direction, but at least I have knight to c5 there. I should be just winning anyway. And I am playing against the FIDE master, so he might as well find some of the most craziest resources I have ever seen in my career. So knight a4, knight takes on b2 is perhaps a move, of course attacking the bishop for everyone at home wondering what is happening. Bishop takes. I wanna see that move on the board because, I mean, this king is still very badly placed, and if he doesn't do anything, I might play just knight c5. I might as well play queen f8 or queen f7. Queen f8 a bit more forced variation. And we have only made 28 moves, and we have still some way to go. His first time down on the clock. He is down to 6 minutes. We both are. And yes, position is quite complicated, but I don't think I am worse. I mean, I cannot be worse, but you know what I mean. I don't want to draw this game because I'm up on exchange. This king is very badly placed. Oh, if knight b2 is okay, bishop takes. I will, of course, and b5. That's a move I missed. But rook should come out, off the board, excuse me. And b3 takes. Splitting these pawns. Queen f8. The only problem is, I guess, king d7 I take. If you take with the rook, I play b3, takes. And I just go here and block the pawn and win the game. Because, I mean, I just win. Anything else? b3 right now, I don't think it's the best. Rook takes. Just queen f8. If queen takes, rook takes, but he won't take because he is too good to take. I think king to d7 is the best move indeed. And after here knight takes is kind of interesting, but then I can even take like this, although my bishop is hanging here, so maybe I cannot. I can play yes takes. Rook takes, definitely the best move, yes. This is an option. b3 is also, oh, but b3 is simply here and I lose the game. Okay, now I need to be careful. I almost blundered. Bishop b3 here, and the knight is trapped. I can go here. Oh, but knight c4 and he's simply okay. b3 here doesn't work. So how to play this? I mean, I have the rooks, which means I want an open file, but if here I'm not happy because I'm in bishop b3. Here I go rook d2. Here I can go rook. I will take it. And then go rook f2 perhaps. He's up a pawn, I am up an exchange, I take now. This pawn needs to be defended properly. He has 6 minutes, I have 5. Rook f7. You take like this, but I have rook f7. I also have a... No, I have rook c2. What will you do then? It's my question. If you play here... Well, that's a good move. No, it's not. You're not even threatening to take because rook d1 picks up. So, rook c2. This rook is always something... I mean, it's always pressuring something on the on the 7th rank, excuse me. a5 might be a move, but then a4. I'm threatening a4. Definitely I am. Before here. These pawns look good, but they are very, very vulnerable. That's not how you pronounce the name. You pronounce that word, but okay. Knight here, you will still not threatening to take, so a4. If takes, I have rook d1 and pick up the knight because of this pin. Perhaps he will play it. Oh, I got just forked. Oh my goodness. Come on. Probably gonna lose this game. Oh, I don't get forked. And you go here. Come on. Let's go, I don't get forked. You go here, nice. You are now threatening both things, which is kinda bad. Takes here. So now I need to find a move to fight against this threat here. I mean, rook f4 is something. Knight here. Can play here, just doesn't quite matter. Yes, rook f4 defends the pawn. Also, rook d1 gets forked, so that is not a good one. I can go here, right? There is no fork. Rook f4, I spent way too much time. Even something like this is not that bad because I have these two pawns marching down the board. There is rook d8, takes, and here if knight takes, well, I wasn't calculating this. It's kinda getting very complicated here. Very complicated. If nothing happens, I guess g4. Here and here is maybe a move. So much to... I mean, this knight, if it was a bishop, then I would be very happy. Because, I mean, then there is just nothing there. I mean, bishop d3 perhaps was something. Rook d8, yes. Takes. Knight takes, I take. So, takes. Oh, whoa. Rook f2. And I'm kind of threatening checkmate. Here, rook takes. It's kind of creepy. Rook takes, knight takes. Takes. Now I need to be precise. I have an idea. I can play g4 here and then here. It's how you're stopping checkmate. Back here, but then I win. Let's calculate here, here, and here. Oh, but he still can play rook takes. Which is just insane. How lucky is he? And then takes, rook takes, pawn takes, here, here. He's stopping the pawn. No, he's not. Maybe not with this move. Here. Takes, here, here. G4, rook takes. Rook takes, and this looks bad. Rook d2, what's wrong with that move? C3, I go back. B4. And a5. And then something like g4. Rook d1, c3, go back. If knight takes, then I go rook f2. Maybe just takes. And takes. Takes. Takes, knight takes, and here should be winning. Let's take this pawn. And we'll analyze the game afterwards and we'll tell where the mistakes happened. Pawn takes, and rook d2 now. Threatening to push, which is something I overlooked. If c3, I go back. Knight takes, I go here. I'm so stressed now. I'm playing against the FIDE master. He's probably winning now. c3, rook f2, rook takes. c3, rook c2. b4, knight e3. What's the threat? I can go rook f here. He will go here and I will probably win. Yes, rook f2. If king here, I give check and go to a2 and go here, and then I have at least a draw. I mean, draw is not the best result, but anyways. King e7 only move. And then check, and here, and rook a2, and here, and I pick up everything, maybe. I mean, the worst case scenario now is probably a draw. Because he has 0 progress, because he's getting checkmated here. Which is of course not true, he's not even getting mated. Here, and he can go here, I missed that. He's not even getting mated? Oh my goodness. But I mean, he's getting mated because, I mean, I go here, 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 I mean. It should be at least a draw. I will have all the perpetual checks. King e7. Oh, he goes to c6. And I don't have a draw anymore. Which is insane. King e7 only attempt to win the game for my opponent, but I still think I have enough to draw. You are still kinda too slow. Although, c3 now. And I lose. If I... yes, I... King e7? No, this is not possible. I mean, this is not an attempt to win the game. c2. Oh, but it is. Here, here, here. Here. Here, here. He makes a queen. I mean, I can go here, but... here, here, check. King here, here, here. check is probably the best move. Check and here. That's the winning attempt. I go here. If here is my only question, but I pick up this one, so I go here. If you take, I go here. No, I cannot. Because rook d1 and here is check. So h3. Yes, I have some chances of not losing against the FIDE master. And then I will be winning with some... If he cannot make a queen, which I think he can't, there is c2. There is c2. But even h3, there is a long time until he makes a queen. He needs to play b4, here b3, and this is checkmate. So we need to move the rook, and then here is another check mate attempt. So I mean, here is check, which I guess loses due to this one, which doesn't lose us. I mean, I'm attacking the pawn. Well, that's probably... If he doesn't do anything, I pick up the pawn and I should be much winning. Oh my goodness. Rook takes this pawn is probably the best move, and after h3, because he threatening here and here. Check here, c2. I go here, and I don't have a draw. g3, here, h3, excuse me, not g3. I don't know what is happening. Oh, rook here. Wow. He's winning there, so what about takes? Knight takes. Yes, that's what I'm gonna play. Knight takes here, knight takes here. Pawn takes, I mean, it's just nothing. Oh, but it is. You go here. No, that I go here. Oh my goodness, that's probably the only move after b takes on a4, b takes on c4 here. I go here, c2, I go here. And king f2, and I should be okay. Oh my goodness, this will be so hard to fight on. Knight takes though here, b4. Rook f3. b3 wins. I'm losing. If knight takes, I pick up this pawn, so let's remove this one. So low on time. And even this wins after c2. Knight here, here, and c2, I cannot stop the pawn. How did I lose this game? I was winning the whole game. I mean, I'm not lost yet, but he gets a queen. And what is happening in this endgame? I will try to hold on to my fortress. Maybe go here. I mean, this king is kind of weak here as well. So I have time. Let me think here. 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 Check and go back. Rook c5. How will he outplay me? Check here. Check. Let me go here. Because he needs to win some pawns. I guess he will go here, but there is no entrance for king, yes, so now I go here. Can he win my rook? He can't. I'm threatening here and here. With some nasty ideas as well. And now I probably lose. Ha! I miss that he has here. I should have stayed here. But that's just too strong, right? Insane how he outplayed me, but I was so better all the time. And just take the pawn, right? King here, I go back, and then we repeat moves, but that's not helping. He is down to 40 minutes though. 40 seconds, excuse me. I mean, being up a queen should be enough to win, right? Just take with check. I mean, are you okay? But I have some stalemate ideas though. When these pawns kinda disappear, or if here, rook g3, something like here, I go here maybe. And still there is no stalemate, but okay. He takes king g1, I guess. It makes no difference. Check, I go back. Maybe going to h1 was slightly better. There is no winning of the rook still. I mean, but there is 0 checks that. So let's go to g1. Rook f3. Maybe rook f1 was also a move, but now I'm just losing. Check. I mean, I will be able to pick one of the queens up, but that's not enough. So I will resign in a few moves. Oh, even this is just mate. Lol. Let's resign now. Okay. I mean, good game. What can I say? Let's analyze now. Game review. We'll see how accurately we both played. I will show you on the screen as well. Just a few seconds. So it's going to load now. And here we have. Okay, I played with 70% accuracy, which is very bad. My opponent played with 76, excuse me, and let's analyze the game now. So e4, c5, c3, I won't delve deep into the theory, it's not important to the game. d6, bishop c4, this is still theory, I knew that. Queen d2, knight c3, and knight b6 is a mistake because of bishop to d3, d5, a3, stopping knight to b4, and this was a mistake because of bishop, not because of bishop c2. But I mean, anything is just better now. So bishop c2, bishop d7 once again a mistake because of queen d3 now, and f5. And of course, taking en passant was the best. Rook takes, queen h7, and knight e5. Oh, that makes so much sense. Just wins the rook. Knight e5. You need to take. And when takes, you cannot move the... I mean, you can go here. G4. Because here is mate in few moves, so... Okay, e takes. Rook takes, queen h7 here and bishop here. And a6 was a mistake because of bishop takes, of course. Check, going here, and rook e1 was the best. Check here. This was all okay. f4 takes with the f1. That's good. And here I was starting to losing some grip in the position. Knight a4 a mistake, bishop takes, and b5 is the best move. Queen f8 is a drawing mistake. I should have just played bishop c2 and... What about knight b2? Rook c1. Knight c4, and this is still winning because of a4, wow. Okay, I played queen f8, which is just a blunder because of king d7, right? And now simply takes was the only move. Rook takes was played. This doesn't work, right? Oh, because of knight e3 I'm getting forked. So bishop b3. And he took the pawn. I mean, I wasn't even looking into this direction. But after rook d2 I'm better. Because after knight c4 the only move. Rook where? Rook d3 is the only move that is better for white, but I simply took, which is just slightly better for black actually. D takes on c4. I played the move rook to c2. Now knight f5. This knight is trying to fork me. d5 was the best move. What after here? Oh, rook f7. I have rook f7 here and rook f2. Okay, but after... Excuse me, after knight f5, I played a4. I missed that he can fork me. But he missed that as well, so after king e7... a takes on b5 was the best move, but I played rook to f4, which is losing because of rook d8. I mean, a takes, and now rook to d2, knight to e3, rook to f2 here, and c3 is good move, rook f7, king here, and where should I go now? Just rook takes? What about c2? Oh, now I go rook c7. Oh, now I go rook c7. I missed that as well, and it is a draw. But I played here rook c7 now, and after rook takes, which was played, simply h3, he played the move rook c4, rook takes simply loses. Maybe something like rook a7, c2, here, queen, here, and he has knight f1, also knight f5 is just okay. But okay, after rook takes, I was just losing the whole game done. I mean, here there is just nothing I can do. He's up a queen and... Okay, I lost against the FIDE master. If you have anything to tell me, please let me know in the comments below. I will be reading and answering all of your comments. And if you like the video, please consider subscribing. It would really help me out. And see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.